In a world consumed by war, two women moved like shadows through marble corridors, one born to privilege, the other bound by love. They dined beside power and perished beside it. Their names were Countess Elise von Dürnberg, the last daughter of an old Prussian family, and Isabelle Laurent, a French aristocrat whose beauty became both her weapon and her curse. They lived inside Hitler's court, adored as symbols of the Reich's glamour and trapped within its darkest secrets. This is their untold story. Europe, 1941. The continent is burning, yet within Berlin's inner circle, life glitters like a royal ball. The Third Reich's elite gather in marble halls, where champagne flows and orchestras play, a world untouched by the blood outside. And among these chosen few move two women of haunting grace. Elise, the Ice Countess, a noblewoman descended from centuries of Prussian generals, and Isabelle, a French captive turned court companion, rumoured to have captured the hearts of men in power. Behind every smile, a secret war raged, between loyalty and love, between the crown of privilege and the cost of conscience. Berlin, 1941. The grand estate of House Dürnberg glows under candlelight. Elise walks through the ballroom in a gown of silver silk, her expression serene, her heart frozen. Her family's name has protected her, this old nobility now serving a new empire. She has learned to play her part, to bow, to smile, to whisper words of praise when eyes are watching. But in her diary, hidden behind a portrait, she writes of disgust, of fear, and of longing for a world before the madness. That night, she is introduced to a foreign guest, Isabelle Laurent, a Frenchwoman under the protection of the Ministry of Culture. She speaks softly, her accent delicate, her eyes bright with quiet defiance. A friendship is born, unlikely, dangerous, and fated. Weeks pass. Elise and Isabelle become inseparable, walking in the gardens, reading poetry by candlelight. In a city built on loyalty to power, their bond is a rebellion of the heart. Elise teaches Isabelle the codes of the court, how to survive, how to smile without revealing pain. But Isabelle carries her own secret. She is not simply a guest. She is a courier, secretly aiding the French resistance through coded letters hidden in music sheets. When Elise discovers the truth, she faces a choice: report her or protect her. She chooses silence, a decision that binds their fates forever. Winter, 1942. Berlin holds a grand celebration, the night of triumph. Generals in medals, women in jewels, violins echoing through gilded halls. Elise and Isabelle attend together, radiant under crystal chandeliers. But every dance feels like a step closer to danger. A high-ranking officer, General Rüdiger Stahl, watches them closely. He knows something. He knows Isabelle's letters have been intercepted. That night, as fireworks light the sky, Elise pulls Isabelle aside. "They know about you," she whispers. "You must leave tonight." Isabelle, remarkably calm, asks, "And you? You will be questioned." Elise replies, "Then let them. I was born for cages. You were not." She gives Isabelle her family seal, a pass that can open borders. It's the last time they ever speak. Spring, 1945. The empire is collapsing. Berlin is unrecognizable. Smoke, ruins, silence. Elise remains in her ancestral home, now a sanctuary for wounded soldiers. Her name still commands respect, but her soul is hollow. One morning, an officer arrives with a sealed letter. It's from Isabelle, written months ago, smuggled from Switzerland. "You gave me my life, Elise. I will never forget the night the Countess of Prussia saved a foreign girl from the Empire's fire. The world will remember you not for your title, but for your heart." Tears fall on the letter, the first she has shed in years. Days later, Elise disappears. Some say she took her own life when the Soviet troops arrived. Others claim she fled into the Alps, carrying only a diary and a silver locket engraved with a single word: Liberté, Paris, 1947. The war is over. Isabelle walks along the Seine, now a journalist for a new world rebuilding from ashes. But her heart remains haunted. One evening, she receives a small parcel. No name, no return address. Inside, a diary, worn and faded, the pages filled with Elise's handwriting. In it, Elise writes of her final days, her regrets, her dreams, and one final line. "We were both prisoners, my friend. You of love and I of loyalty. But freedom belongs to those who choose compassion over fear." Isabelle closes the diary, her eyes glistening. The two women, one German, one French, had defied an empire through the quiet power of friendship. They called them the Nazi princesses, adorned in silk, yet trapped in cages of gold. But behind the glamour were hearts that dared to feel human in a world that demanded obedience. Elise von Dürnberg and Isabelle Laurent, two women from enemy nations, bound together by conscience, separated by war, and now, finally remembered by history. In a time ruled by darkness, they lit a candle no army could extinguish. History remembers the empires that fall but forgets the souls who defied them quietly. Elise and Isabelle's story is not one of victory, but of grace. Proof that even in an age of tyranny, compassion was the last act of rebellion. Because even in war, the most dangerous thing a woman could do was care. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the past. If this story moved you, please consider subscribing and hitting that like button. It helps us bring more untold stories like this to light. We'll see you in the next one.